Hi everyone, welcome again to this space created for you by Assure for Life. We create this space because we would like to reflect, also understand, and teaching you a little bit about quality of life and also grieving process. Today we're going to talk about quality of life, and our main topic will be improving my emotional relationships. This is a topic that will be so interesting for everyone that would like to understand and learn a little bit more about their own relationships and also about the others, like a guide, like a counselor, or even just like a friend that would like to give a good advice. This is a topic that all the people would like to learn and understand a little bit more. For that reason, we bring to you in this special day. Talking about improving emotional relationships needs to talk first of all about something in specific, and is that we are naturally social human beings. So it's in our nature and genes also being social and also create bonds. When we have this um, profound and also spiritual connections with people, we develop different ways to grow and also understand the life, or even live in a better way every different situation. For that reason, we bring to you this quote to introduce the topic: why it is important to improve our emotional relationships. Contact with other people allows you to develop important and meaningful emotional connections, which we know as emotional relationships. When we can be or even feel the strength with our relationships, also we develop a lot of different benefits in our lives. For that reason, we would like to introduce you the different benefits that comes with good and healthy relationships. The first one will be it promotes the human being development. When we talk about established bonds with people, we talk about the first ones, relationships that we create or even have, as the relationships that we have with our parents. They can provide us the first way and also introduction to the love, and also understand how I can accept the love, accept the respect with other people, and also understand parents will be the caregivers, the ones that love us and teach us about the life at the beginning of the story that we have or experience it. Could be our aunts, grandparents, our parents, or just your mother or father. The second benefit will be helps learning and personal growth. When we have these significant bonds, also we develop different values and also accept and introduce to ourselves the principles and values that comes with other people. Also will help us to create some critical thinking, and also the way that I can solve some kind of situations, some kind of troubles or crisis moments. When we have these social skills or abilities, also we have to develop the possibility to develop different ways to see the life and improve that kind of situation or the kind of abilities. The third benefit will be represents an emotional support source. When I know, when I am conscious that I have like 3 or 5 persons that I can even call whatever, or also in a different moment during the day, or even in unexpected situation, I can call to that kind of people. I feel the security that they can help me and support me in every moment, in every different moment, so that develop this support source with the ones that I can even feel safe and also develop through myself the feeling of security and confidence. The third benefit will be that contributes to the physical and mental health. When I have good and healthy relationships, also I have the chance to feel relaxing and calm, and in the same way reduce the risk to get an illness, because at the same way you can feel that I can solve and also accept this kind of situation that is difficult for me, because I feel this support, like the benefit that I told you before. And the fifth benefit will be a great source of well-being and life quality. When we have this kind of friends, this kind of relationships, this kind of bonds, we also develop good and healthy experiences of life that comes with well-being and also with joy and happiness, because these kind of experiences give us a lot of love, a lot of happiness that we have for our life, and also we can still looking for them during our entire life, because they exist and also I choose them. Knowing all that, knowing all the benefits of the good and healthy emotional relationships benefits, we need also to talk about what kind of strategies or even what kind of keys I can start to implement right now to improve my emotional relationships. Because not always we feel satisfied, not always we'll be in this calm situation. Sometimes we have some fights or conflicts with the person that I love, and we need to ask to ourselves why I'm still in this relationship, or even what I can change, or maybe what I need to change of my own. So let's introduce you, and also let's talk about what kind of things we can improve or better in our relationships. Building and cultivating and maintaining healthy and emotional relationships is a difficult but necessary work if we want to be people who enjoy life to the fullest. Let's start with the strategies to strengthen emotional relationships. The first one will be the empathy. The second one will be respect and safety and trust. And the third will be mutual care and interest. The fourth will be keeping communication meaningful. The five will be spending quality time. And the sixth will be practice forgiveness and reconciling. Let's talk about the first one, and it's empathy. The empathy needs an emotional connection, because it's the way that I can feel that the other needs to understand what I am experiencing or living right now, and in the same way the other is open to listen to me as I am feeling right now, and also without judging me. And at the same way, we have this movement, and that kind of empathy left the other feel confident and also safe in the bond and also in the relationship. Let's read a little bit about the empathy in the relationships. Empathy strengthens emotional connections and fosters compassion and caring relationships. But it requires overcoming self-centeredness and fostering emotional intelligence, skills such as understanding and compassion. I can understand what you are experiencing right now, and also feel compassion about how you are handling, or even if you are not understanding, accept that for you is complicated to understand and accept what is happening. And in the same way, tell you if you need to listen and advise, or just listen to you if you just need to express and feel heard. So that empathy strengthens the connection that you have with your emotional relationships. Let's talk about the second strategy. This will be respect and safety trust. Safety and trust. When we talk about this, let's read about what it means. This requires fostering communication abilities, establishing healthy and equitable boundaries and rules for the relationship and mutual well being, warmth and harmony in treatment, among others, ability that we must transform into a lifestyle. The respect and this feeling of safety and trust is something that we need to develop every day or even in some kind of situation. As an example, will be I can feel that I can call you or even trust in your words and also what you're going to say. That comes with a lot of currents because if what I'm feeling and also what I'm sharing with you, I feel for you, is connected with my acts and also with what I do all the time, I can feel the trust that if you say something, you will do it in the same way. So that comes with a lot of different acts and also attitudes that you have that can develop the respect and this feeling of safety with the bond that comes with some kind of boundaries that sometimes we need to have clear and talk about in some kind of situations where I feel insecure or I feel confused about your attitude or something that you did. And in the same way, I can start to understand how you act, how you react to some kind of situation. And in the same way, if I feel connected or also I feel that you represent me in the same way. The third strategy will be mutual care and interest. This is so important to take in account in an emotional relationship because if I feel that you care of me, that you are interested in me in the same way that I am, I will feel that confidence and respect and safety that I talked before. So what is telling us the quote here? It involves assuming emotional and affective responsibility in relationships, developing a mature and judgmental attitude, being willing to take care of oneself, learning to set healthy limits or boundaries, and respect rules, accepting the decision's consequence and having realistic expectations regarding the emotional bond and relationships. Remember the first key that we have here. The effective responsibility, emotional and effective responsibility, and take care of oneself. If I am responsible of the other, it doesn't mean that you need to talk about the other person being in charge of the decisions that the other have to take. It means that you know the fears, you know the vulnerability of the others, you know the needs of the other, of your partner or your friend, of your family member, and you take care of that because the other gives to you in that safety commitment that you did. So in that same movement, you take care of that because the other take care of your vulnerability or your trust in the same way. So that means emotional responsibility, but also comes with the interest. I take care of you, and also I would like to be always update about your feelings, your experiences, your pain, your sadness, and also for me it's important to be part of that process and how I can help you in the healing process or even in the growing process. So for that reason, you don't feel that you feel tired giving all the time because in the same moment that you give, you receive in the same way. We don't need to have or give more than what we have. We need to be responsible and equivalent with that movement. So let's see the fourth strategy that we bring to you: the meaningful communication. That comes with fundamental, that this is a fundamental element in any effective or emotional relationship. It's so important because through the communication I can understand and also learn how to love you, how to respect you, how to understand you, and also how we can create that connection. To be meaningful, it must be productive for all members of the relationship. It's a complex ability that requires strengthening listening skills, solving conflicts, expressing emotions in a healthy way, being honest and trustworthy, as well as having a genuine interest in the other person. Something that is so it's like a key in the meaningful communications is also to develop the trust strategy, because if I had the trust strategy first, I can develop the meaningful communications. If I feel the confidence to tell you what is happening to me, what you are doing that make me feel unrespect or make me feel confused, I can tell you that. But if I don't feel the confidence to express that kind of feelings with you, it will be difficult to create that kind of communication. So it's important to develop the first strategy, the second strategy about trust, and then develop this ability to being always interested about other, how he is feeling or she is feeling, what is happening in her life or his life, and also being open to listen, but also being open to also talk about what you agree and what you would like to maybe create some kind of agreements together. This is in a special way, and that is in special moments to create great agreements together, because the key also of a good relationship, an emotional relationship, is create good agreements together and also respect them. The fifth strategy will be spending time quality. And this is a specific topic that we need to talk about, just not only time and the quality time. It's also talk about two different ways to understand the time and how I can improve that time with my emotional relationship. First of all, we need to talk about establishing moments to share with your loved ones and strengthening emotional connection. It's vital to maintain a long-term emotional relationship. The first thing is being clear of how I can share moments with all my entire um, with my entire proof, and also I need to understand how I can create this kind of spaces. Sometimes some kind of people have these visits to their grandparents, but they are not completely connected with the situation and with their grandparents. They are only trying to visit and also complete just a task or maybe a purpose that they given to them. But something that is important in this strategy is to understand two situations in a specific. The first one is about the time. When we have time to connect with the other, is the first key to also create this bond, any meaningful bond together, because we need to spend a lot of time together. Then when we spend a lot of time together, we create that kind of connection and trust and safety feeling and meaningful connection. and meaningful communication, and then how this time we're going to share it in the best way. And that introduces us to the second reflection about the spending quality time. And it's about time quality shared. If we have a lot of time of meeting each other, we need to look at different situations and also moments to spend quality time. How we can even create some place in our home where we feel safe or identified, or given together just one day per week to see each other and have I don't know, just a walk in the park and being together 1 or 2 hours and have this quality of time where you feel connected, where you can talk openly and also feel that safety and trust together. So that is two keys that we would like to bring to you about spending time in a quality way with the partner or family or your friends. And the sixth strategy that we brings to you is practice forgiveness and reconciling. This is about how I can get the best way or the best strategy to understand how I can forgive this person and keep the relationship, and also when I need to go and break that relationship. So learning to forgive is fundamental to healing the hurting hurt. And reconciliation allows you to repair the relationship and prevent bitterness from demanding the emotional connection, but it's also possible to forgive and or order to let go our or simply end the relationship without causing further damage. That is also an option. During all the conference, we talk about how we can strengthen the emotional relationship, also how it could be more healthy, but also we don't talk about when we need to go out and break that relationship, because also it exists that possibility and could be the best option. When we learn to forgive, also we need to learn if that person, what the person did, it was with the intention to hurt me. And also having that meaningful communication, we can give, or even we can have all the answers about that, and even express how I felt about that situation, how you make me feel, and also I would like to express to you how I can even fix a little bit what I did and also create a better relationship. But also exists other kind of situations, other kind of relationships that comes with a lot of pain, with a lot of purpose of create that sadness situation and mood all the time. And that kind of relationships needs to end also in the best way if it's possible. Sometimes we need to break fighting or hurting the other a lot just to understand that the person hurts me, that person makes me bad in my life. So we need to understand that if something that you did also makes me feel bad, I told you that it's important to stop it, to create boundaries and respect it, and the other person is still doing that kind of things that hurts you. It's time to ask yourself if it's healthy to stay there, or it's time to end the relationship completely, without contact, without other opportunity, because it's that moment when you already did a lot of opportunity of change. So it's time to move and end the relationship. Also, that is so healthy for you and for the other, because you give to yourself the chance to help and also accept what is happening, and also what maybe you give the other the chance to do with you and respect you a little bit more and love you a little bit more. And then when you left the other person, you give the other the chance to understand what hurts you, what makes you feel bad, and also the other person can grow and be a little bit better. It's a chance to growth for both. Then we have our conclusion, and is our development and well-being are directly related the emotional bonds quality we establish with other human beings. It's important to strive to improve and strengthen them. It's a task that we need to do all the time. Also remember that every time we will improve in every time that we can. So in the same way, we can work all the time, sometimes just only about respect, about safety and trust. Sometimes we need to work a little bit more about meaningful communication. Sometimes we need to work about more about the empathy. That depends of every relationship. And in the same way, you need to be so conscious about what kind of these strategies you need to improve a little bit more every time that you can even connect with that kind of emotions, that kind of situations. And in the same way, you can start to learn how to identify what it is missing and also what it is strength. If you have a strength in communication, try to look for the other things that maybe you feel that you don't have the enough strength, and then start to work a little bit more in that kind of situations. Remember that we have different ways to be part of your process. If you feel that you don't have the enough abilities and you would like to develop others, if you need help with a therapist, with your relationship, with your marriage, remember that you can look for a professional that can help you with that process. And remember that a Shoe for Life have that kind of stuff. You can call them and also look for that professional stuff that we have. If you are a member of a Shoe for Life, you have there our WhatsApp and also our email. But if you are not a member of a Shoe for Life, also you can look for our different conference where we also talk about quality of life, relationships, health, and we talk about different ways to take care of ourselves and our family, and also we talk about the grieving process. We are in different platforms like YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, and also we have one blog where you can find different information about grieving and quality of life. We would like to invite you to the next conference that we're going to have on March. That will be March 5, and is family rituals on special days. And March 19, that is less stress and more mental health. That will be the two different topics. Remember that one is about grieving process. It is the next conference, and the other will be about quality of life. That is less stress and more mental health. Thank you so much for being part of this conference, also learning and reflecting with us. And we would like to invite you to let your comments, suggestions, or questions that you have about this topic or other topics that you would like to learn and reflect in different or other conference. And remember that a Shoe for Life is what we all deserve.